I don't believe this!
How could you say that?
I have to let this out because keeping it bottled up has been eating me alive. Maybe it'll make sense to you, maybe it won't. But if you've ever poured everything into someone only to realize it still wasn't enough to make them stay, you'll feel this in your bones. The night I walked out, something inside me cracked and shifted for good. Back then I didn't know how deep that break would go. I only knew that months later I'd still be sitting here, picking through the ruins of something I once thought couldn't be shaken. I told myself I was strong enough to leave without falling apart, but the truth is I was already in pieces before my hand even touched the doorknob. I can still see that living room, the worn rug we'd found secondhand, the one we laughed on, dreamed on, promised each other forever on. A forever that slid right through our fingers. And then she said it. Michael makes me feel alive. Barely a whisper, but it hit harder than any scream. I didn't press for details. I didn't argue. I couldn't even meet her eyes. My throat burned, but I wouldn't let the tears come. Not in front of her. Not after that. All I managed was, I hope he gives you what you're looking for. Even as I said it, I knew it was a lie. Deep down, I prayed whatever she thought she wanted wasn't real. I wanted her to notice that I'd been the one who stayed. The one who kept showing up when no one else did. But I didn't beg. Because pleading with someone who's already imagining life without you is just another way of dying slowly. So I left. Not because I stopped loving her, but because she was already gone. The nights after were brutal. Sleep left me. Food turned to ash. I hid out in a cheap motel 40 minutes from the home we'd built. Silence pressed down on me while I stared at the ceiling, replaying every misstep, every word I should have said. My phone lit up with calls from friends and family, but I ignored them all. I couldn't stand their pity. Eventually, I landed in a small apartment that wasn't tied to her or to us, just mine. I picked up shifts at a hardware store to fill the hours. The owner, an older man, never asked about my life. Maybe he sensed I wasn't there for the paycheck, but for a reason to keep moving. Days blurred into weeks. Slowly, a rhythm formed. I painted walls. I brought home a rescue dog named Penny. She didn't fix me, but she gave me something to come back to, a reason to get out of bed. And then it clicked. I didn't actually miss Brooke. Not really. What I missed was the idea of her. The version in my head who would always choose me, who would never walk away. That version had never truly existed. By 6 months, breathing didn't feel like a battle anymore. I started chatting with coworkers, grabbed coffee with someone once, even smiled without forcing it. It wasn't love, not even close, but it was forward motion. For the first time, Brooke wasn't haunting every thought. 9 months later, I felt steady. Not healed completely, but steady. I wasn't chasing answers or waiting for closure, I'd already built my own. Then she came back. It was a Thursday. I'd just finished work, covered in sawdust, groceries in my arms. As I unlocked the door, I heard my name. Michael. I froze. She was standing there, Brooke. Same face, but worn down, hollowed out. Her eyes were swollen, and in her hands was a letter. "I've been trying to find you," she said, voice trembling. I nodded, heart pounding, but said nothing. She held out the letter. Everything I never said. Everything I should have told you. I didn't take it, not out of hatred, but because I refused to go back to letting her choices decide my worth. Tears welled in her eyes, and for a moment the old me flickered, the one who would have invited her in, made tea, offered another chance. But that man was gone. Months of pain had reshaped me. I lied about Jason, she sobbed. I thought I needed more, but it was nothing. He didn't want me, just the thrill. I ruined us. You were the only one who ever made me feel alive. I looked at her, and for a heartbeat I saw the woman I used to love. But she wasn't her anymore, and I wasn't me. You didn't destroy us, Brooke, I said quietly. You destroyed yourself. Her face collapsed. I'm sorry, she whispered. I nodded. I hope you heal, but I'm not yours anymore. Her tears came harder, but I didn't reach out. That wasn't my role now. She walked away just like I had nearly a year before. Inside, I set the groceries down and sat beside Penny. My chest ached, but not with longing. It hurt because the last thread tying me to her had finally snapped. And in the empty space it left behind, there was peace. If someone ever tells you they've found more outside what you've built, let them go. Don't plead. Don't chase. Just walk. Because the most powerful thing you'll ever discover isn't an answer or even revenge. It's that moment when you realize your worth isn't up for debate, and you choose yourself.